Oh, we're live?
Oh, we're live!
Are we live? Whoa! Welcome to the Ordinals Are Dead. This is Troy Kalak, and this is, what's your name?
BitGod.
BitGod. What's up, buddy? What's up, Boo?
What's
How
up,
you doing?
Troy?
Welcome
What's
to
up,
the Ordinals
What's
Are
up,
Dead.
sis? What's up, sis?
We're as dead as this rotary phone and technology like the Walkman.
What the hell is that?
That is a phone that I stole from that hotel during Bitcoin Amsterdam. But let's get to it. How are you guys doing?
Let's get into it, man. This past week has been another crazy week. I mean, we say that every fucking week, but
Dude, that's because every week does get progressively crazier.
Man.
You're right about
pretty
that.
nuts. And more and more people are coming in. Like,
I mean, the craziest shit that happened is you got canceled.
Oh,
You got canceled.
You
That's one
got
of the craziest things I've ever seen, man.
I thought cancel culture didn't exist.
It doesn't, but you got canceled.
Yeah,
You know
did
what I
get
mean?
canceled.
Yeah,
Do I have to leave now?
So
yeah, you do.
So,
See you, brother.
Boo, just can you send in the next scammer? So the thing is, what happened? So let's set this up. Yeah, there was the Quantum Cat Mint, which we'll get to, and then you bought it. Got 6 Quantum Cats.
I actually got 3 quantum cats
Yeah.
because the other 3, like, it was a ghost transaction, so it went through, but I got refunded. But like the first 3 did stick because it was fast enough.
Yeah. All right. So how do you feel? Because I was worried about you for a second because he said, "Hey, did you hear what happened?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Yeah, he bought it."
Did I really say that?
And no, maybe you didn't.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe
I
you did.
forget. Maybe I did.
Maybe you did.
Fuck it.
Don't be fucking.
Dude,
scared.
it was actually like pretty
I was like,
insane like that day specifically because like a bunch of people were hitting me up and it was like a mixture of like people either shit talking me or people like giving me props.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was pretty cool. I had some people hit me up and be like, yo, don't worry about the FUD. Like it's all chilling. Like they're just trying to be OGs. I'm like, honestly, like I'm good on the FUD. Like it's just really funny to me because it's like I was very open about being a botter for 2 years.
Yeah.
And like I'm super into AI and tech and I literally talk about AI. I'm like, bro, if you don't get an AI, like you will get left behind because there will be people who have an edge over you. It's the same course with like minting and botting. Like there will be people like, dude, when you have a highly demand like NFT or product that's 300 stock and you have tens of thousands of people going for it, there's gonna be smart brains that are like, well, why would I do manual when I could just script this shit and get it instantly?
Okay.
I mean, you've said this on the show many times
What's up,
that
Biddy?
you were a degen on on other chains and you did that. So when I heard about it, the first thing I thought about was that it was sadness for a second, not because you did that, but because how people were going to treat our friend. And also I thought about, okay, the show. I'm like, oh man, is
show's getting canceled, guys. I'm so
it's
sorry.
like what's going to happen. I was just thinking like these things were, a flurry of things was
You
going.
were ready to kick him off.
No, no. I have no power here. No. I asked them if I could be on. No, that's not true. Yeah. Sadness for a second, not because you did that.
Whoa, we're getting echoes.
There's an echo. So
All right, we're good.
there's apparently there's 2 of Troy, and so I'm very fungible. So the thing is, so back on track. Then I thought, well, I let the day go on. I was like, this guy has a big project. He must be handling it well, and you are. And I see no problem with it. In fact, I wanted 6, and I thought I was going to get 6 because I asked the team, and they said, yeah, you can just load up your wallet. And then somehow I thought they changed that, and I was super pissed because I sold some things, and I stacked, and I'm glad you got 6. I wanted 6.
I got 3.
You got 3.
total.
Well, I also got the
whatever.
whitelist one originally, and then I got 3. But here's the thing. It's like, so I went for it because it's like, number one, so this is basically like the story of how I went. It's like, I heard around from the grapevine that some people were going to try botting the Quantum Cat Mint. And I'm like, well, I want a Quantum Cat. So how can I get in on this? I was doing research. I was like talking around, and it's funny because my project actually got fucked by botters in the phase 2. So like 300-ish boos got botted instantly. I was like, oh fuck. But then also like, oh, we do have botting on Bitcoin. So I actually ended up joining the Discord group. Like I got like backdoor alpha where like, yo, like these people botted your project. So I joined to like see what's up, and I joined the group, and I saw that they were like having a Quantum Cat module. I was like, I'm gonna just join. I'm gonna like check it out. So I paid for the monthly sub I got in. They gave like a step-by-step guide on how to set it up. And then I even told my holders, I was like, yo, I'm gonna test out this bot for Quantum Cats and see if we could get it. And I had one holder say like, can you help me get one? I was like, yeah. So I ran some slots for holders to like help them get the advantage and edge as well. And then one of my holders, I was in a call with him and we were both like figuring it out. And then the drop happened and like we hit. And then it was like pretty sick. It was like, oh guys, like this bot actually works. Like we do have successful botting on Bitcoin now. This is pretty massive for the edge. And then it was funny because it was like, so in like the culture of botting, it's like when you hit with a bot, you typically post it in the success channel because it's like, it's good for the bot creator to know like, hey, my bot worked, people are hitting, and also like encourages other people because like just because you have a bot doesn't mean you hit. Like there's like I think botting just gives you a key to be able to play on that playing field.
Advantage.
But there's still limited stock and there's still like more bots.
So like, Boo, would you say like if we're going into like the Olympics or something, and someone's using steroids. Like, is that an analogy that you could use here? Like,
actually,
you know what I mean? I don't know. Like,
I'm
trying to take the other side here. I'm a freedom maxi, but like I'm trying to take
Steroids.
some other side here, where like someone's like, well, it's not fair because you know what I mean?
I think, well, because the thing is, like, when you play in the Olympics, it's like you are playing by, like, official rules.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot give yourself a genetic advantage. Like, that is the Olympics. Everybody else who's competing, like, are supposed to not be on steroids.
Yeah.
So when the people who are on steroids get caught up, they're breaking the rules. Crypto right now is like, there is no rule that says, yo, you can't bot this shit. Like, you're going to get banned from crypto if you do.
Yeah, I guess
It's
in
an
reality,
edge
right,
that's
there was nothing on, at least that I saw, on the Quantum Cat site that said, hey, you can't bot. Right? There was nothing on the site. I didn't see that. I don't know.
I don't
was
really-
there any... Like,
No,
you know
not
what I mean?
really.
Yeah,
It
so
was more like protection.
So it's like, yeah.
I don't really see a problem
Ban on
with
World
it.
of Warcraft
So,
for
like,
botting
as opposed to something like the Bitcoin Puppets Mint, where one bot got 4,000 was the idea. They got 4,000 of those things. That was like, fuck. That was what the problem was. And everybody's refreshing, and nobody's going to get it, and whatever. So, but then you have, I just see it as a tool, just like AI. So if I want to do a resume and I need some assistance, and I'm using it as a structure and then curtailing it, that's an edge. Why wouldn't I want to use that? If that
Monkey
tool is there?
just had a clown comment saying people botted 300 my collection, so I decided to bot my boy's mint. I see it more as of, okay, people botted my collection. That means there's bots available on Bitcoin. I did investigating. I found the bot. I told my holders, I'm like, hey, like Quantum Cat is going to get botted. If you guys want an advantage, we could go like explore this and see if it even works. I wanted the kitties, so I tried it, and it worked. And a couple of my holders also got kitties. And we also gave away a free kitty in the Boo Discord.
So, I mean, talking a little bit more, I think, about this, though, like, Boo, is this now a serious issue in the Ordinals ecosystem? Like,
It's not an issue in the sense where it's like,
in
if a
comparison
founder...
to ETH, maybe, right?
So the like difference with Ordinals and ETH is that ETH has like their contract. So the way botting on ETH actually works is the bot directly interacts with the contract on chain, and that's how we have like gas wars and bot wars. Because like the moment that flip state goes live and the Ethereum mint is live, every single bot, and there are like so many bots in the Ethereum ecosystem.
A lot of traffic going.
Every single one goes in true. Like as a botter, like you have to estimate like what gas am I going to send through. Like there are a lot of factors and a lot of risks that go into botting because you lose a lot if you don't hit on Ethereum gas. For Ordinals, it's different because it's like a bunch of this is custom infrastructure. So it's actually quite, I would say, it is more possible to prevent botting on Ordinals by just like deciding, hey, we should have like a 100% whitelist.
Yep.
Maybe there's like methods like, because on Ethereum, when you wanted to bot or when you wanted to like mint on a site without the bot, they had like these custom signatures, and it's like, oh, play this game, get a custom signature. The custom signature will allow you to mint on the site. So that was like a form of anti-bot on Ethereum.
Yep.
On Ordinals, it's a little different, especially because there's a lot of custom infrastructure. So it's really up to like the creators. And maybe
Yeah,
you could do
it's-
something like, hey, play a game and you get the mint.
Totally.
It's definitely like preventable.
I think though, like, it's 100% preventable, and I think like you saw it with what was it, Inscribe now, right? There was a huge botting problem with the Bitcoin puppets, right? And then honestly, Udi could have like I guess seen this, or the team could have saw this and like been like, hey, we saw you as well as others botting, like we're just not going to give you cats because it's like all of these mints
and that's
are
totally fair. Like
centralized,
that was
right?
like totally
Yeah,
within the realm of what they could do.
Totally, it's centralized mints, right? It's not like ETH where it's like it's already in the contract. As soon as you mint, like they're giving it to you. It's like they were holding these back. People were giving them money, and then they were transferring these on their own, sort of on a different sort of side thing.
but
But Monkey had an interesting comment where he said people went out and embarrassed themselves for a chance to mint in Quantum Cat's mention. It's actually wrong. People went out because they wanted whitelist. They did the quest, and they actually got the whitelist spot if they did the quest. Then for the remaining stock, there was a public, which is available to everybody. That's a massive difference.
I love this discourse though in the chat here. Cancel BitGod. I love you, Hodl.
Yeah.
I see you.
What's up, Hodl? What's up, baby? I love Hodl.
Yep.
I don't recognize you.
There's
Hodl.
one thing for a random bot, another for a founder who faced a similar issue. I mean, I also disagree with that because it's like at the same time I'm also a degen, and I also did bot because I wanted to have like I care about my kingdom. Like honestly, respectfully, it's like when it comes to this crypto space, it is massively PvP. If I could give my holders and the people who believe in my project an educational advantage, which is like what I'm trying to do, then like I will provide it to them.
So let me ask you this:
Dog eat dog world. Crypto is like a Wild West.
So there's some attacks, and it seems like there has to be a face they can pin it on. And we're talking about a little bit of an allocation that you used an action to bot something. So if that didn't happen and botting happened, if people can't be mad at, they can just be mad at a general mass of botters. But because there was a name tied to you specifically, like what is the? I mean, is that
Well, I
the
think-
issue?
I
Because
think-
they can blame somebody because people need to blame. Like when somebody gets a cold, they go, "Who gave it to me?" And they just want to blame that person.
I mean,
right?
I think like also like a big thing is people thought I was flexing it, but I posted it in a like private success channel, and then another botter ratted me out like on it, and they like posted in the Taproot Discord, so that's where like a lot of the heat came from. 'Cause,
got
like,
you,
Bootoshi's,
got
like
you.
flexing on everything.
So we got to
I'm
get
like,
that
no.
guy. No, it's fine.
Yeah, actually, I think he got banned, but that was basically it. And it's like TLDR to like wrap this up is like botting is possible in Ordinals. It is within the realm of founders to prevent that. It's also within the realm of other people who are like project and the founders aren't going to prevent botting to get with the program and get these bots because they are available to the public and you can take the effort to learn how to do it and do it. So you do have that advantage in this space because it's the Wild West. And the more you cry, doesn't matter because unless you put effort to actually learning it and doing it, you will forever be at a permanent disadvantage. That's how the space works. That's how the world works. That's how tech works.
I mean, wasn't there a guy this past week that that mempool sniped on that one? What's that site?
There was
Yeah,
over,
no, like
there was
the
over
Ordi-
5 Bitcoin that was of transactions that was for mempool sniping this past week.
Yeah.
So it's a very real thing. I think.
I mean, I don't think you're stealing though. You know what I mean? There's one thing about.
I mean, is MEV stealing, right?
Yeah.
This is a huge argument on ETH, or has been a huge argument
Yeah.
on ETH, or a huge debate on ETH for a long time. It's just like ultimately, if there's people with money that have a little bit of advantage or they have better tech, it's always going to be used, I think, in society or of course these mints. I think the thing is just like, is there rules against that? And I don't believe there was. Like maybe in their terms and conditions they said no. I don't know. I didn't read it.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't know.
I think it branches out. I mean, you know, some people will enter, you know, many different discords and get like, you know, I know somebody in our Discord got 4 quantum cats fair and square by going into 4 different other discords, also having a whitelist in our Discord and winning them. And I was just like, what can you be mad at? That's like competition. That's great. So you add tech, you know, to that in botting terms, it's kind of the same thing in a way. I mean, to me, I don't know.
Totally. All right, well, Boo.
But fuck you, though, Boo. Seriously. Man.
Boo,
That's
I mean,
fucking
continuing
crazy.
this topic, of course. What's up with the quantum cats, right? What happened today?
So today the quantum cats actually evolved, and I'm actually like a little bit upset because like I have like one quantum cat that I'm diamond dicking for life because it's like I love like
Diamond dicking.
projects. So like that's my kitty, and I had like this sick black void kitty that like reminded me of like my IRL black cat, and today it turned blue. I was like, what the hell?
So he ruined
He was like
it.
my black kitty.
He ruined it then.
I wouldn't like. I still like my kitty, but it's like.
Are you
it's
gonna
not
sell it
as
then?
cool. No, I'm not gonna sell my kitty.
Okay.
I feel like maybe it evolves further. Like, what if it turns back into like the ultimate void cat? We don't know.
But do we know how they evolve? Why they evolve? Like, are we slowly morphing into a Taproot wizard?
I don't think we're morphing into a Taproot wizard.
I was thinking that too. I don't. That could be the big surprise. Oh, they don't even fucking know. But I think there's 2,100 or something
Yes.
of
Yeah.
2117. I don't know. But
21.
I'm also like speculation. If you didn't have something rare, you could have something rare. If you did have something rare at first and you didn't flip and you just want to hold it, like what is it doing to that? Is it bullish or bearish?
I think
or is
it's
it just
cool
like a
'cause
hold?
it's like no one knows what's happening. There are people that are like trying to go into the code and like figure out the script and figure out the traits. But I think the thing with the quantum cats is supposed to like evolve over time. Beacon had a funny comment where it's like the evolving is cool, but wait, I thought these ordinals were immutable. Well, thanks to the new SAT endpoint, we could have inscriptions that evolve on chain.
Damn.
So that is
you got,
cool
You
tech
got
on
Kinfolk
ordinals.
as well as saying that his looked worse. So
Dude, a lot of people are
curious.
like.
Well, actually, what? Also, after the reveal too, the floor price kind of fell a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
was
but
there-
that, I mean, you know,
Is that
people are
just overall,
peop-
or
I think
is that
people are
because of
moving.
that?
I don't know that it's. I saw that too, and it wasn't that much. It went from like 0.28 to 0.256 or something like that. Not that I'm watching. I'm a busy guy. I ain't trying to watch floors all day.
You're a winner.
Well, sometimes I lose. So you know that's why I'm a Oriole fan. So, but I'm just. I'm holding because of the team, right? And you get that. I mean, maybe I'll flip one. Who knows? But the thing is that are people kind of happy, and they go, well, how much are they going to evolve? How often are they going to evolve?
Yep.
And if it's ugly now and it was pretty, is it have a chance to be pretty again?
Man.
I'm
by
hoping
tomorrow?
my cat turns like back into the pretty void.
Hey,
That's what I'm hoping for.
Hey, Wook, I
What's
see
up,
you.
Wook?
I see. Damn, we got Mo Ben. We got a bunch of fucking great people in the chat here. I love you guys.
I don't really like.
We'll get
any
to
of
that
these.
in a sec, though, Mo. But
Wait,
no,
can I respond to W4's comment? He
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
it's
go
a
ahead.
question of
Wank
morals.
Power, man.
in
I love
it.
that guy.
First off, W4, I love you. He said it's a question of morals in it. You do what you like, but crypto is built for reputation. That's the risk. I think that's an interesting take because whatever FUD. Actually, the FUD was cool because it like let people buy the collection. We're back at mint price.
Yeah.
But in terms of like question of morals, like I think having morals in crypto is a very like slippery gray slope. Because in terms of like how you make money in the space or win in the space anyways, you kind of win by taking advantage of somebody else losing.
Yeah.
So this entire space and like pumping the bags or like repping things and marketing things, like this entire space is the Wild West.
Oh, it totally is. And
So-
I have to agree with you there, Boo. I hate the moral arguments. I think that there's too often like, oh, well, because you did this. Like, it's like, all right, well, like, let's take a look at all the trades you've done since you started in crypto. And like, we'll find like at least 10 immoral things that I believe to be immoral. Like, it's just a losing battle really in crypto. Like, it's just like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, ordinals are obviously PvP. Right?
Yeah, I don't buy.
know?
I mean, if I
Are we friends? Is this a friendship club?
Oh, hell no.
Is this
No.
PvP?
I hate
no.
these guys, man.
I
I
mean,
hate these fucking guys.
I personally don't bot at all. And
I'm gonna
I'm
bot
not
you.
saying that to be above board. Like if I learned, I probably would, but I just don't have time to do that shit. I'm just curious. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be moral for a lot of people. I just think just be honest and shit. And if you fail being honest, then that you have that integrity. Like if you do something in this space and you compromise and it fails, that's on your ass. If you do something in the space and you don't compromise and it fails, you own it and it feels better at least than the other thing,
That
right?
makes sense.
So
If Gordon or Luca publicly bought it, bro, they'd be goats. I'm like, oh my god, like I feel like inspired. By
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think FX and some of these guys are making some interesting points. I don't know. I think obviously only time will tell.
I
like,
bet
how
you-
this-
I
how
bet
this
you-
actually- know
Also,
what I mean?
chat, it's not take what you can and what you want. Like, it's not obviously like go out and rig, like rip everyone off of their fucking money. That's different. I think when I go for a public mint, then I have an advantage over it because I want the mint, but so do several other 100 people using that same advantage, and just like some of us say, or we don't. I think it's a matter of, it's not take what you can and what you want. It's acknowledge that no matter what you complain or what you do, this will exist. Acknowledge that people will bot regardless, especially when there's money involved. And it's up to you. Like if you want to get a piece of that, if you want to compete at that same level, then go for the bot. It's open for everybody. It's not gate kept. Like I said, I'm willing to educate like on how to do it. Because I think it's also super fun. It's like you're using tech to interact with the blockchain, which is like what this is. And when the AI bots start like trading on the blockchain, oh, y'all gonna fucking hate me.
Do you want to see a physical representation? I'll just paint one for you. Physical representation of what the blockchain, whether it's on ETH or Bitcoin, is fucking Black Friday. So like, I mean, it's just people are like those fucking Stanley Cups. People are killing themselves stepping on each other to get in front. So do they have an advantage? Are they stronger? Are they bigger? Are they there first?
It's kind of
Like,
crazy.
fuck
For
you,
Stanley Cups, I'm so bullish on Ordinals.
I would rather be mad at somebody botting a little bit on sitting at my desk rather than being at fucking Black Friday.
So out of all of this, right, what are your predictions now? Like obviously you have the quantum cats that are actually at a higher floor price but lower supply than node monks. You have node monks, which I think are at like 0.17 or so.
Yeah.
OMB that are at like 0.5. It's like basically a really amazing, of course, stablecoin and collection. What are your predictions though?
I feel stronger with the quantum. Like I like the node monk stuff. That's a community driven thing now. I mean, it's like what was Isabel saying last night while she sounded like she had some margaritas in Puerto Rico. Sound like a cat, like Catwoman last night on the space. Yeah,
it was a blast.
So no, she was a blast. You were a blast, Isabel. Seriously. She was talking about how Node Monks is a commodity-based, project. Doesn't really need the founder. He can be in the shadows, or whatever. But it's community-driven. Taken over really by the voice of Good Things, who we all love, and other community members there. But Quantum, Quantum Cats, they have like top tech, big goated team. They seem like they're not going anywhere. It seems like I want to lean towards that as to see what else is coming out from them. I don't know.
Why do you say they have top tech? Why do you say that?
They got Rindell on their team.
They have top people
goats.
in tech on their team.
They have
without a
goats
doubt.
on their team.
But the mint was pushed back a full week.
Hey,
Like, I'm not taking any sides here, but like obviously like top tech would mean everything was flawless. Like this worked.
No,
and, like,
yeah,
people
I
had a ton
think
of problems.
that's a good
I disagree.
point.
I think top tech is
That's a
knowing
good
that
point.
you are literally pioneering brand new technology, minting technology in a space that hasn't been done before. Still running through it. I think the ultimate thing is, okay, it doesn't matter it was delayed because they fucking did it. And ultimately, they had a successful product. Like, while delayed, they delayed to ensure that they could like have a successful public mint. Or
Now,
successful
I mean, I don't
whitelist mint in general.
Listen, I kind of disagree in that. Like, I don't know that their minting tech was all that new. Like, I think like we've done that stuff before. I think like Ordinals bot and like all these different companies have done it. I think before. I don't think and they held back the supply as well until like everything was done. So it was like. I don't know. I absolutely love Udi, but I think the execution on this should have been much better.
Yeah,
UI UX as well.
It should have been, but I think it's very forgivable because look what happened, right? It 3x'd in one half of a day.
I think as long as people got their cats, people got their money, like everything was smooth.
To me,
once they went
to
through,
me, it was like this. It's like a major star. Axl Rose was famous for coming to. I've seen Guns N' Roses. He shows up 5 hours, sometimes 3 hours late to the first song, and you're waiting there. And this guy, was a millionaire and stuff like that. Same thing here. I mean, it's like it's. I mean, that's a physical representation, but I think even GOAT tech people can have a minting issue. People refreshing the page. People bum rushing like Black Friday a gate. People still get crushed at concerts. Like at that moment, there's going to be some issues, and you can't really test on Bitcoin as far as a minting site.
I mean, you have testnet.
I mean, you do have testnet, but I mean, I don't know if they did that.
All I was saying was like I think just saying they have top tech and like they're the best. Like I think that they're all brilliant. Like obviously what they've done is just fucking amazing.
You can reach out to dude. I reach out to Tyler in a second. I'm not saying like I have them. I'm just saying like if I reach out to the team, they're there. They have a fucking Discord.
I'm just saying that's not top tech though. That's top comms. Right?
No,
like, that's top marketing, right?
But like they do have top tech. They have top people in there.
That's where I disagree.
It's a goated. Okay, it's a goated team. It's a goated team, and there's like 10 of them that I can go to. And not only that, there's people in the community that are connected to them too. So it seems padded and comfortable in the sense that they are going somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I would invest in them, and I have invested in them, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But go.
I absolutely.
So
I
why are
absolutely
they
do
not
as
the
well.
top tech to you besides the minting site?
Well, I think like. I assumed actually the same exact thing as you leading up to the mint that they were top tech. I think I have a lot of respect for Reindell in particular. Like I've talked to him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I don't know of many people that are as smart as that guy and can articulate it in such a great way.
Yeah.
That we're also incredibly early to Ordinals, right? He has inscription number 1. He has the dick butt. The crazy story behind that as well.
It's a great
he has a ton of experience that is obviously so relevant to this, but. I don't know. I just saw like the UI UX was like maybe they were going for that. Like maybe it was sort of like a joke, I guess, in some sense. Like it was just like I don't know. I thought it was different than what I was really expecting. From a team that raised $7.5 million.
Maybe they wanted to get a test. Listen, I'm just speculating here.
Perfect.
Maybe it was a test to see. Wow, these fuckers are mad. That they really want this fucking thing. And maybe it was that. And but maybe it was just like it was a bonk.
Good morning,
minting
graphics.
site. I mean, I certainly was pissed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is there was a lot of people pissed about that, right? And including myself. And it was like just really interesting. But I think I'm still holding my cats. That's sort of water under the bridge.
We're all meow meows. I do believe in their vision to like build Bitcoin forward. And to me, that is a successful mint.
Yep.
So that is good. They got goats on their team. They have smart people. I think that's top 10.
Yeah,
but speaking of goated teams and smart people, RSIC. What is the status of RSIC? So actually, How Money podcast came out today, and I heard people like rushing to like dump their RSIC. So there was like a dip on that. But I think it still has some dominance on the space.
Yeah. So I mean, here's sort of the update, right? RSICs have absolutely crushed. I think this past week they ran up from I think like 0.06 or something to 0.14. Was it 0.15?
Yeah.
Was the ATH? And then what happened was, of course, today you had the Casey Rodimer Hell Money podcast with Aaron and Casey. And what they talk about, of course, in that whole episode is runes, right? What is runes? What are they doing? What's going on? And towards the end, runes alpha, right? They talk about this. Casey right now, so just sort of setting everything up. Casey right now is leaning towards launching runes on day 0 with the first 10 runes launched.
Yeah,
right?
the first 10 runes are going to be hard-coded.
Hard-coded in or encoded, right?
Yeah.
The first hashtag 0 through 9, right? Those will be sort of taken, and he's going to name them with a bunch of different weird names, funny names, and also different sort of minting, I guess, amounts, right? You're going to have some that you can only mint like 1, some that you can mint maybe 1,000, etc. And so what they posed in that sort of end of of the podcast is we want to hear your thoughts, as well as we want to hear your thoughts about what the name should be. Right? 13 character names.
The 13
character name.
I was the one.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So first of all, I was driving and I was like enwrapped. Like I was just like very bullish. I was excited to hear about it, waiting for the signal of what he was talking about. And then he talked about the first thing that came up to mind, I think Began posted about it, or IRL Alpha did, what was the fact that Aaron asked if if runes can be related to, like, could they have the same framework as ordinal theory? And he goes, yes. And not to say that it's going to be, but the fact that they could act like the same framework as ordinals was exciting to me.
Totally.
And then they got into the naming, and then they got into the mechanics of how UTXOs work. I mean, she was obviously getting a lesson, and she was regurgitating it back to him in layman's terms.
Such a great dynamic.
Yeah, very great dynamic. And then he said something about getting dick sucked in Vegas in front of her. It was just very look at Casey. I don't, I'm,
Come on,
I
Casey.
talk like, and it's like you talk. It's like, but you code, But yeah, what did you think, Boo?
I think that, I don't know, I'm excited. I like the Viking costumes that Aaron and Casey had on. Like, those were bangers and made me more bullish. I like his analogy about how in Vegas you're getting screwed over. Because I think the whole thing is, like, shitcoins in general are gambling. Like, this is all gambling. Like, RSIC is all gambling. And it's, like I said, it's a Ponzi scheme. Like, someone's going to lose for people to win.
I mean, he literally...
But it's fun. But it's entertaining. And that's, like, kind of like the mass. Like, so, like, that thing with, like, getting your dick sucked in Vegas, it's like in crypto, when you shitcoin and you lose, like, you just get fucked.
Yeah.
At least in crypto, or at least in Vegas, when you gamble
Or
and
on
you
Bitcoin.
lose, you're getting your dick sucked while you're doing that. So it
Yes.
feels good.
Oh, yeah,
It's entertaining. And that's why meme coins are successful. Because even though you get cucked, it's fun and there's memes. And it's
Yeah,
just,
a
like,
little bit of pleasure,
entertaining.
right?
If you didn't hear it, he literally said, and it'd be easier on your brain and your whole being if you understood this entire space is gambling and entertainment. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but just understand that. Take the emotion out. I know there's artists here. Of course, I work with them, and so do you. But we also buy stuff and degen. Gambling and entertainment. And this is coming from the guy whose protocol that we subsist on. So
yeah, so I mean, listen, there's a lot to unpack here, right? This is obviously huge because what this affects is a number of fucking things, and I think a lot of those things are in our bags, right? So I think what's interesting is, of course, instantly, or at least from what I saw, you had a massive sell-off in R6, right? Which we're all big bagger holders of, I believe.
What was the biggest reason for the sell-off in RSIC? Like, did Casey say something specifically?
No, there was nothing about it. I believe that there's a big sell-off because some of the buyers that maybe bought over the past week or have been, sort of holding on instantly think that that's like a very, very bearish thing, that Rune coin mined by R6 is not going to be the first or
It was never
10.
guaranteed to be the first.
No, it was never.
But it's also at a point.
So that's why I think it's sold off.
So it's also at a point 126.
I think you should buy the dip.
It
was a good
100%.
strat.
It was
Buying the blood.
It's so crazy.
Buy the fucking blood.
I must be dead.
Who are you?
I must be dead.
Go ahead.
So
That's what I
it
thought.
was also at a floor of 0.126. People get to sell that, and they keep the runes that they're, or whatever those are, whatever is mining. They get to keep that.
Yeah.
They get to keep that residual, which is kind of a cool thing.
That is a cool
You know,
thing. They
people
lose
should.
something. They do lose something,
Maybe
though.
there's other things they need to buy. You can't tell the mentality there. But there was a sell-off, and it'll go back up. People are probably buying right now. But I'm super excited about it. But it's like he wants to make it fair. I mean, I think Began just said he's going to be the richest. He's going to be a god. I think he already is because he's created this land mine or whatever, gold mine. Is that that first zero? He wants that to be like an open bid and not have like VCs coming in and circling around it like hawks.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I think is.
But I don't know that that's preventable.
No, I think it is. I mean, it obviously is. I think he's leaning towards it. I think, though, back to like the R6, how this affects R6, I don't know. I'm buying as much as I can
You're
right
a
now.
whale in R6, right?
I absolutely am. Yeah, I absolutely am. I think that the game is brilliant. I think that they put a lot of time, effort, money, right? Someone bought those inscription, 125, 126 for a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, like, to think that it's just going to go away, I don't know. I think now that Casey's leaning towards doing this, right, what sort of instantly comes into my head is, all right, what's going to have the most mind share, right? So it's not going to be the first 10, right? right? We know that the potentially Casey's going to launch those. That's already taken care of. What coin or sort of rune has the most mindshare? And currently, I think that's R6.
I think I actually agree with you
that's my
there.
sort of thesis.
I agree with you there. And Beacon's comment is, should we buy every rune Casey releases? Will anyone be able to release their own rune and win? I think, yeah, you'll absolutely be able to release your own rune and win because, like you said, it's mindshare. Like whoever has like the most thing, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Actually, I kind of dislike that he's claiming the first 10.
Really?
Because I think like there was a fun game in the sense where it's like whoever gasses up the most will be in like the top 10, and I think that would have created like a really interesting degen market for runes. Especially like you might need to drop like 10,000 plus in fees to like get one of the first runes.
But does it
now
just-
it's kind of like
does
hard
it-
coded, so it's like.
But does it just kind of make a new, like we're basically starting from zero? Because it's like, oh, it's the first one that's actually launched after Casey's.
I mean, I guess,
like-
but it just doesn't. It, looks,
like
it doesn't look
historic.
cool when you go on the runes page and
I
you're
mean,
like number 11.
So
It's like, okay.
so did you sell yet? And are you selling?
no.
So I actually, so I got airdropped 6 and I sold at 0.03 and I have 1 left because I was like, just in case it moons and I'm a dumbass, at least I get to still experience it and have fun. So I am holding my 1. I think it's tricky because I'm like, oh, I could sell here, but it's like, okay, people are saying the market cap of RSIC right now is like 111 mil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, if this is like the biggest rune, it's like it could 10x like from degen mathematics. So I'm like, I might as well just hold my 1 until like the actual halving.
And you're holding yours until when?
I think over the next probably 2 to 4 weeks is sort of my thinking. I think though.
Are you doing a trickle down? You like trickling out or what?
I think
Laddering
so,
out?
probably, but probably not. I think like I'll always probably just keep 1 just for the fuck of it. But
Yeah.
I think when it's like, all right, I think I'm good. I've farmed the hell out of this thing. I'm ready to sell it.
I think you should do some giveaways.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. I'm
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
down to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
I
also
have
give away
like
the runes
I
eventually,
have
too.
I have like a bot. I have like 6 wallets.
A bot.
You know.
For what?
I'm just
Disgusting
gonna
botter.
bot your giveaways, dude.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna bot your
that's-
I'm gonna get Bootoshi's bots. I'm gonna bot your giveaway.
I can't outlaw
I'm
that.
just kidding.
No, I like it. I like it. I like it though. I mean, listen. R6 I think have been this interesting play on what's coming next. You got to hold it. We're only airdropping to certain wallets. Unfairness. There's FUD. Like it's a combination of I think like everything you almost want to see sometimes in like a project.
So
like it's not perfect.
Wait,
You
Chad,
know?
did Rugs like go live? Did it drop already?
Oh.
Let's talk about
Rugs is
Saturn.
involved
That's
now.
actually a really interesting
Oh,
thing.
right.
Like that's dropping today.
We want to talk about the rug airdrop.
Yeah, Chad just brought up.
Yeah.
Rugs.
Wait, did it just drop?
Yeah, he said Rug is in
just- yeah,
wallets
the
now.
most
from
Dude,
Saturn.
why are we
Saturn.
doing the show? Can you bring my laptop?
Hey, wait, hold on.
Shit.
We gotta head early. We're
All right,
degening.
so
No,
the
I'm
rug
just kidding.
so the rug airdrop
Shit.
is apparently happening
Mid-show.
right now. I thought it was gonna happen 3 hours ago. I was talking to Archon. Anyway, Archon. So the Ordinal Rugs is a project by BitArchon. His family, like legendary rug merchants from like long ago.
Is that actually the lore?
Yeah.
So
Like legendary- that's sick.
he has a tenure of 13 years in the rug business, and he got into Bitcoin back in 2013 when he read the Silk Road, the Gawker, famous Gawker article. Then he, when Ordinals came out, he immediately thought of this idea how he can tie his rug business and make Ordinals out of them. So 147 Ordinal rugs later, then the rug token is the first token through the new token standard rings on Saturn.btc. And it's the largest airdrop
Yeah.
in like Bitcoin history.
Yes.
So that's what's happening right now. And if you had set up a trading account with just 100,000 sats in a wallet, because Saturn just announced 2 days ago that anybody who had inscriptions, basically, from a certain time that set up the account in a certain time limit just a few days ago, with 100,000 sats, you are eligible for an airdrop.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of like put like
Bring it
piece
back.
it together. So Archon is the founder of Rugs. Rugs is dropping the coin called Rug.
Yep.
And they're dropping it through Saturn's protocol.
Yes.
Saturn rings.
What
Rings.
is
Fungible token
What
protocol.
is Saturn and what is their rings protocol?
So Saturn, right? So Saturn is a really centralized order book, right? Built, I shouldn't say on top of Bitcoin, or built sort of for, in relation to, around Bitcoin, right? And then rings is Saturn's take on a fungible token standard, which is really just tracking sats, right, with their indexer.
Okay.
right?
So it's like a meta protocol.
Yes.
Okay, so it's another.
Yeah.
Wait, so
It's
this is
another
the first.
meta
This is the first coin
Yes.
on a new meta protocol for
Yes.
tokens.
Yes.
And
Which
I
brings-
hope history repeats itself.
So are we? I mean, like I can't even access my computer right now.
I know, you're-
so
you're itching, you're itching.
I'm bullish on it because you think because it's happening to you. You want to be bullish on it,
So it's
but
fair.
I'm feeling bullish on it
it's
because I'm
fair because you got an airdrop.
Yeah, I'm just. It's there because but I talked to Archon about 6 months ago, and he wanted to have a private conversation with me about his project, and then next thing you know, a month later, fucking he's doing this rug token. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yep.
Like, why did he want to talk to me? And then he's doing this, token with Saturn.
Ukraine,
and and I'm just super impressed. We'll see how it turns out. Archon,
excited
if
'cause-
you could text me right now, just let
Yeah.
me know.
But I mean, talk to me, Troy. Are you bullish?
I got $1
on-
million.
Of course.
I gotta go, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Good night, boss. Good night. No, I mean,
let's have a.
are you bullish on on rug? Like, are you?
Yes.
So you're gonna hold on to it.
I'm gonna. You have to hold on to your rug because the airdrop is going to be in 3 phases for that. So if you want to sell your rug after this first phase, then suck a.
Well, we
know,
got
Bless
Bless in the
said-
chat. I guess he's a little bit bearish. So
He's bearish because the website doesn't work. That's bullish.
Gotcha.
All right.
wow. Okay.
It's in the name. Oh, it's in the name.
So Bless is giving us, I guess, live updates. I'm not sure.
Okay, so
we
people
don't
are trying
know
to
for
claim
sure.
it. The website's down because everyone's trying
What if
to
he's
claim
just
it.
saying that though? It's a psyop.
Oh, it is
Bless.
a psyop.
Bless.
That's a
No,
great
someone-
psyop.
check.
here.
Someone
course,
give
you
us
can't
someone give us a detailed analysis,
Beacon,
please.
man. We need Beacon.
We're not. We don't have the access to anything here except a live.
First,
tool.
like on this chair
In a
until
video
we get this going,
stream.
guys. I'm itching. My DJ neck is itching.
I know.
But hey, I'm gonna tell. I told Archon. I said, listen, he thinks Persian rugs are better, and I'm Turkish. I said, hey ho. You've never been rugged by a rug unless it's been a Turkish rug. I'm just telling you about that.
Bless said that the Saturn guys couldn't build anything on Sol. How will they build on Bitcoin?
my
Is that actually their like? Because I don't know their history. Is there like lore that they actually tried building on Solana?
I mean,
60 sats per rug. What is 60 sats? I think that's
like less than a penny.
No,
yeah.
no, I don't think so. No, I mean that's.
I can't do the Satoshi math right
it's
now.
I think it's a couple cents.
100,000 sats is like 40 to 50 bucks.
Wait, but how much rug did you get per wallet?
So for every ordinal rug, you get
2,000 rug for Bearman and it equates to $49 right there. There we go.
Yeah,
The 2,000 rug is $49.
The ordinal rugs, the 147 rug owners share 10% of the allocation total.
Yeah.
The rest who did a pre-sale, or I don't know what Saturn did when they announced that everybody can get one, but the people who did a pre-sale, they get 0.06% of the rest of the allocation shared.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
If you want to correct me, do it. I like being wrong because I feel smarter when I learn that I'm right from you guys.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean it's sort of interesting. I wonder because the problem is we don't know how much 2,000 rug was like. Was that what people got if they owned ordinal rugs or what, or was that just for people that got the allocation or
I
you know
think
what I
that
mean?
might be
Like,
the
I don't-
allocation airdrop. If
Okay,
that
so that's
equates to $49.
So you got 2,000 rug for that's not bad. I mean it's still $50, right? I guess.
man, I was.
Bless is actually I thought Bless was like ironically being bearish. So he's actually like full bearish. Like,
Okay, this isn't quantum
conspiracy.
cats. I'm confused now. But,
Okay, all right.
I
Yeah.
had to learn this lesson the hard way again.
I mean, listen.
Damn.
I think like this is sort of taking us into maybe like some things failing or something stopping. Right? When does the pump really end?
What pump specifically? Because Bitcoin is pumped.
I don't know
today.
that I don't know with the diverse things that are going on in the applications and the opportunities and the builds in this direction or that direction. I don't know that the hype necessarily dies. Maybe in certain sectors it does, but I just think, at least not till Runes is out.
Gotcha.
I mean, after that, then we go into, after the halvening, we go into we got meta protocols are happening right now, and then we're probably in the super cycle. I don't know that the hype dies after that. I mean,
Gotcha.
we haven't even talked about artists yet in this whole show. I mean, that isn't dying to me. And yeah, we're talking about rug and we're talking about certain other things, but like I just don't.
So
think,
we're going up only for years.
So well, no, okay.
I don't know that it's
hold
up
on.
only, but I mean,
So-
trajectory. I think it's. I don't think the hype dies.
Okay, Troy. So you said you brought up a reason that the pump or this hype won't die is because artists and art lives forever. However, the thing with Ordinals is that is the point. It's like we get to immortalize our visions and message, but that doesn't correspond. So like that's the data. That's the data that's like fully on chain. That's forever. That is eternal.
I got you,
But in
girl.
terms of
I got
like
you,
the
baby.
short term like financials and the money, like when does this pump end? It's like we are leading up to the halving. We are like kind of witnessing the effects of the Bitcoin ETF being in play and financial money coming in. Bitcoin did pump really nice this last day. And it's like, is this, because you said something interesting. You said this is the start of the super cycle, and you know I'm a hyper bear when it comes to humanity and technology.
You were a hyper bear?
I'm a hyper bull. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
I was
I fucked
like,
that up.
whoa.
I'm a hyper bull. You dabbed me up for the bear comment, so you're suspicious for that.
Because he's a big
you know, I'm
bear.
hyper
I was
bull,
like,
so,
no,
like,
I was, yeah.
You're like a bear, dude. You're like a bear. You're
Rawr.
yeah. You're like the guy in the movie that's like, we're not sure about. He's like the rated R guy. I'm doing a
Dude, I love you. Go ahead.
But like in terms of like this space in general, like bro, Quantum Cats was a fat win. That was a 3x for $4,000. We're getting free airdrops. Like RSIC was a free airdrop. Like the money in this like in the ecosystem for Ordinals right now is churning and going, and like we're getting more attention. We're getting more people coming in. So it's like, I don't even know if necessarily like, because there's been so many times there's like Ordinals are pumping, fucking died out.
Yeah.
Like we
Self
build, comes
rebuy,
back, Ordinals are pumping again,
Yeah.
fucking dies out. And it's like now we're back in that period where like Ordinals are pumping, but like more and more people are in.
Totally.
But the whole crypto ecosystem in general is pumping.
Yeah.
So Lana's
Dude,
making
there
fat
are
bags.
there are
Everything's
chains
making
I don't
fat
have
bags.
time for, and I'm just like, I can't. I imagine that people heard about Ordinals in the last year. They're like, I just don't want to understand. It's too much.
There is too much, but that's the
but,
thing.
like-
Like to me, that's crazy. Like there's so much going on in crypto, and like they're all making like their own respective money. And it doesn't mean like we have to chase everything. I think like biggest advice I have seen and I agree with that like helps me is like when you have conviction in one thing in crypto, one chain, whatever, like full focus that.
Yeah.
Like especially since like we're like builders, we do like show media and everything. We're like fully Ordinals focused. It's like I don't have the mental capacity to go and soul shitcoin.
I don't know, man. I honestly
like-
think like this notion that there's a lot of stuff happening in crypto right now, I think it's bullshit. I think that there's a lot of stuff happening in Bitcoin right now. Like I think what's
There is a
happening
lot of stuff
outside of Bitcoin is like fucking ERC 404s and like fractionalization.
Dude, wait, hold on.
This is
ERC
bullshit.
404s,
And
that
then
is
you got
pumping
Forecast over
massively,
here.
though.
It's like, dude, come on,
Oh,
you guys are just copying Twitter.
somebody,
like, dude, come on.
Somebody,
this is only Bitcoin here. Bitcoin
whoa.
dominance.
So in the Ordinals Discord, which is bullish, I'll tell you why in a second, because we're gonna do a shill. So because we're allowed to, because there's a rule in IRL Alpha. If you're on the panel, you get to do a shill. But I won't do it. I'll have BitGod do it. So we talked about the 404 in my Discord when I was outside my car, and I was like, oh, 404, is a new standard on Ethereum. And they found an exploit in it, and I'm not sure what the exploit is, but there's an exploit all of a sudden on
See,
the
this
standard.
is why, dude. Like this is why Ethereum was testnet.
Yeah,
You-
but back to runes for a second. Casey did say, and I'll get back to Bitcoin, is that it will be that attention of that, say, altcoin, shitcoin, whatever the real rune is going to take the attention from other cryptocurrencies and altcoins on other chains for a bit. And we're already at number one on the coin market, right? It's Bitcoin,
Totally.
Ethereum, Solana. So that's going to be great. And I mean, we haven't had that yet. We've had BRC,
Yeah.
but BRC, but we haven't had this rune coin, which is a specialized,
Yeah, I think something I've been thinking about a lot about is was back in Miami, and there's someone I actually really respect that works at.
Was it me? Because you said that.
Yeah, I always respect you.
You said that you respected
Boo,
me.
not so much.
What?
Oh,
No, but listen. We were in Miami for Art Basel, and someone I really respect that works at Big Brain Ventures, like just throws money around in Sol and all these other ecosystems, like really cool guys. But like I was like, hey, what do you think about Ordinals? Like, where's you guys head at? And basically they were saying like, it's kind of interesting, but like once Bitcoin pumps, like they expect this sort of next cycle, everything is just going to flow into all these alts and everything. And honestly, I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think you literally have like 20 L2s that are being built right now.
That's too much.
For Bitcoin. That's not too much. Like this
You don't
is
think that's
ultimately-
too much?
No, this is what I'm trying to say. Is that Bitcoin is going to probably pump, right? We don't know for sure. It's not a guarantee. But I think all of that money is going to flow into the Bitcoin ecosystem. That is L2s, fucking L3s, whatever the fuck. It's JPEGs. It's going to flow into that. It's not going to flow into the alts, right? It's not going to flow into that. Maybe it does a little bit. But like I'm saying that like Bitcoin, I think this next cycle is just going to be absolute dominance. ERC 404 is just a joke.
Yeah,
Just a joke.
I just like you on the BTC artist chat. You got some ETH artists that are in there, and they're like chiming in every day, already dropping art. They're like, I want to do this. The artists that come here, They used to FUD ordinals. I waited. I wrote a tweet today. I said, if you win something, don't rub it in to your opponent. Just let the winning do it for yourself. Like, that's it. And that's it. I mean, I'm not ordinals. I'm just a part of it. But, you know, where I stay is usually like, you know, you stay, like people stay. People start, you know, they start getting attracted to that fire, much like IRL Alpha. Like, we just focus on building here, and people start hearing about it.
I saw your tweet about, like, the moth to a flame, and it's like, we got to be that flame. I was like,
yeah, baby.
Like
I'm a writer,
right
man. You think I'm just making this shit up? I'm way ahead of you motherfuckers.
Damn.
No,
But I don't really get what you're saying. I'm sorry. Like, I actually don't. Could you explain a little bit more?
Fuck. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
I think. Wait, can I try like summarize it? Like
yeah.
from like what I was catching on what Troy was saying is that in the artist chat, like we have Ethereum artists who are like interested in dropping things on ordinals because they see what's happening and they're encouraged to come over.
It happened. It didn't happen by force. I didn't go, I need you. I need your money. I need to make money off you. Like, I'm not interested in that. I'm like, dude, have you seen this movie? You gotta see it. Maybe you won't like it, but I'm telling you, I love it. All right, take your time. And then they're going to hear from another friend in 2 weeks. Damn, Troy said that movie was good. Now I'm going to go see it.
Okay,
and
so Ordinals is a massive MLM.
I mean, like, Ordinals isn't good because I'm there. Ordinals is good because it's good.
Okay, no,
listen,
I
sort of agree with Wakepire here, right? It's like listen, if Bitcoin's up, I think everything else should fail. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think no. I mean, listen. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, and I actually don't mean that because I still think that Ethereum and Solana are going to dominate for art for a number of other things.
Solana and Ethereum needs to exist for Bitcoin to remain on top.
Totally.
You don't want to pray. You don't want to pray for anybody's failure, any chain's failure. You want them to be like, damn, Ethereum is doing good again. Damn, okay, good. We could learn from. Well, I'm just saying, like,
we need those
just
chains.
Never think that you're the best all the time. Just be like, you were the best today. Let somebody else be the best then. Let the competition.
Hold on. I disagree with that real quick because Bitcoin is the best all the time.
No,
but we do need Solana.
I'm saying I'm not saying like Bitcoin. I'm just saying the idea of the people. It's about the people. The tech is there. The people are fucked. Like the people. Like most of the people are good, but you're still dealing in a people business.
Of course.
People need to be better in general.
No, I agree with that.
That's
no, I agree with the point. I'm not disagreeing with your point.
I sound
want to
angry
bring up,
as fuck,
like,
but I'm saying.
Bless brought up, have y'all messed with Merlin Chain? And I did want to bring this up because Merlin Chain is a new, like, speaking of your layer 2s, this is one of the 20 layer 2s that are being dropped on Bitcoin right now. And Merlin Chain is by the creator of BRC 420s. And BRC 420 is the protocol in which Titanium Cheetos dropped.
Yes.
Like the blue boxes that ran to a point
I
in
like
Bitcoin. Blesses and Mickey 77, Mouse 77.
I like BRC 420, dude.
I think it's fun. And so the creator of that dropped this layer 2. And it's like it's this interesting thing right now where you could actually bridge over Bitcoin and deposit it. So from what I've heard so far is you could bridge over Bitcoin and deposit it, and then you stake into their layer 2, and that's how you can start farming their coin protocol. You could actually make teams on the Merlin chain. So you could have one person be like the team leader, invite other people to the team, and you have a bunch of people contributing to like bridging their Bitcoin over and staking it. So like you get more accumulative like token allocation as a team. I don't really feel comfortable bridging my Bitcoin to layer 2s.
Listen, a lot of things here, right? One is be really fucking careful with their posts, and I don't mean because of Merlin, but like we have someone, of course, from IRL Alpha that got drained literally last night because of a post or sort of below a post on Merlin Chain's Twitter.
It was like
so
it was an imitator. It was an imitator Twitter account.
Be
that put a
fucking
fake
careful,
link.
right? With this stuff, like regardless, you have to be careful. There's always a possibility as well as Merlin could be, some nefarious stuff there too. Who knows? I haven't looked too deep into it. I will say this though, like looking back at like Trustless Computer in the early days of Ordinals, like you had to bridge over, you got the TC token, and like it was a hassle of a process. And that's why I think it didn't maybe have as much success. If this is a little bit easier, I'm for it. I hope that it's not a rug or anything like that. I also hope that we eventually get to a point like ETH-L2s, where you can use your MetaMask to just like go, oh, I want to go over to Arbitrum, I want to go over to fucking Polygon, and it's good, right? You're all in one instead of like having to fucking bridge and like.
Then it kind of goes back to like from like our original issue of Ordinals is, hey, we don't have wallets to support these. Yeah. So it kind of goes back to like user interface, right? Like we need these wallets to be able to easily support these 20 layer 2s that are coming off.
Yeah.
To be able to like make that process easy.
I think it's a slow road, and I think we you take it day by day, dude. Like it's not like we don't have anything to do. We get distracted all day with things that we have to do in this space. I mean, be thankful for that, right?
Absolutely.
And it's we always want to rush and get to the finish line. There is no finish line. You're just running, and then you take a break, and then you get back to running.
Peace out, Chad.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your takes.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I think listen, I think, you know, just on this topic, right? I think what's coming really next for Ordinals, I think we're already seeing it in the fucking amount of layer 2s there are. There's 15 to 20 of them, right? I think art is already has a focus. I think should have more of a focus in the near future. Maybe we also see, sort of related back to these L2s, Bitcoin DeFi summer. Maybe that's sort of coming around in the next 6 months or so. And I think a lot more. Right? You got bitmaps. You have all these different meta protocols. What the hell happened to CBRC 20, by the way?
No, that's actually a go right. It totally left.
I think
my
I know what
thought
happened,
process.
but yeah.
Like
But
mindshare thing. So speaking of like what's coming next, you have a lot of things coming next. So good projects in the market, like the projects that have the most dominance right now, are pumped. We have more money in the ecosystem. We got airdrops that are coming, so there's money circulating. Do you think that there are overlooked parts of the Ordinals market that aren't getting as much attention or value as they should in this
question.
Ordinals pump?
Great question. Go ahead, Troy.
You know what? All I know is that my cup it runneth over, and I feel like it's because that we have been here since the beginning, and I've said this before. I know basically generally everybody in the neighborhood, and you know when a new neighbor is moving in, and I mean like a project, and you can kind of just see stuff. And right now in the different sectors, like talking about bitmaps and stuff like that, like I have, you know, several bitmaps, and I'm not fully in there and trading them every day or at all. But I'm just focusing on art and some of the whitelists that we get from projects, and just trying to get them and holding some of them, maybe flipping a couple, and just thriving. I just want to be in it and be in the nest. So as far as
So you want to focus on the art side of things?
not just no. I want to focus on Ordinals and building that culture and get to Web 2, so we can get our shit out there in shows and people seeing that stuff, and that's happening. And also bridge a bunch of artists in a slow, steady, and intended space, a pace.
Troy, I have a question.
To Ordinals. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And fucking be a fun, happy guy over here. Hey, Dome.
So you mentioned you're bringing Ordinals to Web 2 and you're like displaying them at galleries and things.
Yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
You know what would be so sick?
What?
Having Sia in person.
Oh,
In, like, a
dude.
gallery type
As a
of thing.
hologram? Dude,
Maybe,
there's
like,
so
not even a hologram,
There,
but
we
just,
are
like,
doing.
somewhere they
There
can
is
chat
so
with.
much. I have to say. So the other day, you know, this guy had a talk with some of my team members, and he texted me and he said, "Dude, your team is so aligned." I said, "Oh, dude, thank you." I was like, he goes, "Yeah, I'm very impressed." And next thing, a couple days later, he goes, "I want a dark Ordinal." So next thing you know, he's in our Discord, and it's like his favorite. What'd you say? You said it.
Yeah, no, one of my favorites for sure.
Sorry, you said not to say. You know, listen. I'm not saying go buy. I don't sell anybody on anything. It's just we build fires. And people want to come because they realize they can get warm there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way I build, and that's the way our team builds. I said, after he told me that, I wrote a tweet. I said, we can run this project with our fucking minds. And so that's the type of attitude, that's the type of people I want to work with. Yeah, I want to work with people that are building fires and not looking back and judging.
Totally.
Focus on what's in front of you. People will come. Nobody wants to come to something that is not fun.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do is make it fun.
So let's go. So let's okay. Your overlooked part of the market. I think like I'm sorry. I'm taking this back to like my original question, where like, what do we think is overlooked in like this Ordinal pump? I actually think that rare sats are being overlooked because look, rare sats is something. It's not like a meta or temporary narrative that could go away. It's like rare sats are something that is eternal with Bitcoin and Ordinals. Like it's literally where these metas start, how we can inscribe on them. And actually I was looking at the price action for uncommon sats today, and they're back down at $200.
Yeah.
So like when uncommoners dropped, they literally ran up to $800, and they ran up that hard because there was a supply shock in them. And because
So
there's
nice,
no
man.
like 10K mint coming out, there's less demand for like the uncommon sat. So like they went down a lot in price. So now they're like $200. I think the rare sat market is something like, personally, like one of my plays that I like doing is as I get like degen funds and degen mints, like I'm getting a little stack bag. Because number one, as a like founder, I want like rare sats to inscribe on for like future things I want to do, personal projects and etc. But it's also like that is a market that could have a really big supply squeeze, depending on like how people perceive it in the future. So I just want to stack sats. Special
I
sats
talk a
as
little
well.
bit about, I think maybe like my prediction that happened. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or so. My prediction was basically like commoners would mint out on uncommons. Maybe it would do relatively well. that's sort of questionable. And then there would maybe be this like rare sat meta after that of people, trying to do the first 10K on X rare sats. Wasn't correct, right? At least from what we've seen so far.
But
it did not happen. But I think like it was an interesting prediction, and maybe it'll happen in the future. But I think it was something that like I was like, yeah, maybe this makes sense. Set up for it, didn't sort of win on that. It is what it is.
Yeah,
it can still happen though. Like there's still no like 10K collection on Block 9.
I still have a ton of rare sats, and honestly, like to your point, Boo, like I was really looking at rare sats this past week as well. I just like I don't know, like R6 and like Rune just seems so much more attractive to me. And like
I'm saying like they are attractive. Like yes, like new shiny object now. But like these are a thing that like will be in the back. Like shiny object make money, and like I get a little stack from shiny object and put them in like sats.
Totally. Yeah, it's like I mean, look, all of it is it's so many variables. It's just underneath all these pictures and mechanics that you're just moving numbers. And like I'm saying this out loud because I'm a suspect myself. It's not perfect. I'm very good with words, and especially in writing. And I writing is like. Best, like they're like puzzles. Pick the right words, put it in a sentence, and you'll get the best outcome for the effect of the.
They said there is a 10K collection on Block 9.
So my point is that sometimes you got to take the emotion out and stop looking at your pictures, and then move the numbers around so you can enjoy the numbers and buy things with it that are not just digital objects.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like I said before, you can't live inside of a JPEG, but you can live in a house.
Watch me, Troy.
You can live in a house,
when I get my AI consciousness, I'm living in my JPEGs, okay?
Man, I love living on the streets. Leave me alone. Though. I don't know about you guys, man.
I keep it real. I got a tent, I got a Prius, and sometimes I walk.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on.
But I got,
all I need is a laptop and a bed, and I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
No, seriously.
Yeah,
I'm literally
every
serious.
time I look at you, I feel like I'm thinking of Tom Cruise and coming out with his underwear. Just take those old records off.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, listen, this has been the Ordinals Are Dead show, right? We got a couple things to sort of round it out, right? Visit IRLAlpha.com for links to the socials and YouTube and everything. Give I guess my account as well as at IRL_Alpha and follow Bootoshi. Troy Kalak.
And the Ordinals Are Dead. It's the OAD show, the OAD show on Twitter.
We gotta change that.
And Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Uh-oh.
All right. Thank you.